Whoa, we're back. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of God Concept Podcast. We out in the wilderness. We out in the wilds, the Serengetis of Philadelphia. You know, the good Serengetis though. The good sceneries, good vibes, good atmosphere. It's 2025. So first of all, happy new year to everybody out there. You know what I mean? Everybody who support me, I support you. And I hope you have a wonderful and joyous new year. You know what I mean? I hope you get everything you want out of 2025. You know, if I haven't told you so, I'm Mr. Pagan. And this is God Concept. I'm pretty sure I said that already. I tend to do that at times. Yeah, man. 2024 was crazy for me, man. Today's concept of this episode is 2025. What would it begin? I started to do an episode the day before New Year's, right? And the episode was basically going to be about 2025 and what it holds. About my suspicions and theories, which I always have. You know what I mean about how the number 2025, how it adds up to 45, and who was our 45th president, and what they used to refer to this president as. They used to call him a wartime president. And then we turn around and we look at what happened the first day of our 2025. You know what I mean? We had something happen in Las Vegas. We had an attack in Las Vegas. We had something happen in at Trump Towers. Where was that at? Damn, it was Las Vegas and it was another spot. I forget exactly the two locations, but man, it's you know I hate to be right about these type, and I posted this on my social media a while back. I hate to be right about these type of things, but the way that I see things playing out in society, the way that I see things playing out in the media, as far as what they show us and what they tell us, it's you know what I mean. As far as what I see is just it's a theater right now. It's a theater going on, and they really need people who's better at spotting this type of behavior going on. Because I mean, like the one gentleman who drove the car into a crowd of people, this guy had businesses, everything going for himself. And something just told him, in his subconscious, in his mind somehow, he was able to be made to do something so heinous. And he took like 15 people live. I think the death toll was up to 15 people and things like that. And there was another guy who did the Trump Tower thing. Oh, that was New Orleans. Trump Tower was in Las Vegas. New Orleans was this jackass who did that. That's what happened. The jackass who ran the car into a bunch of people, that was New Orleans. And the jackass who drove a cyber truck up to Trump Tower was in Las Vegas. And it's just ridiculous, man. We need people who's able, like, okay, I'm gonna give you a prime example. 2 days ago, the parade was going on and everything, or before the parade, I spotted this weird guy. He just looked erratic. You know what I mean? He just looked out of place, weird for whatever. He looked strange. You know what I mean? He looked like he was up to something. You know what I mean? You need people in place to spot people like that. You know what I mean? And on the flip side of that, us as citizens, us as civilians, or whatever, us as human beings, we have to exercise more mental fortitude. You have to exercise a level of mental fortitude that's spiritual, man. You have to, because if you're not in tune with yourself, if you don't know thyself, you can easily be controlled, manipulated. That flip switch, that switch flipped for you to go out and do something crazy like this gentleman did. You know what I mean? Saeed, whatever his name is, you know what I mean? Whatever the fuck. Hey, you know, it's It's sad. It's sad that we have people that just do that type of thing. You know what I mean? Like, you know, this country is going through a lot, and 2025 is just one of those years where it's shit is hitting the fan. You see, you see this political thing going on. You see this political thing going on. All we could do is really just sit back and hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. You know what I mean? That's all we really could do. All we could do is hope and pray that something doesn't, transpire or take place. Hopefully they, is able to intercept any type of, fuckery that's trying to go on. And they did a great job of that. I'm not gonna lie. That's one thing I did notice. They did a great job of, because there was multiple attempts. It was more attempts than what happened. You know what I mean? This is only the two that we seen carried out. You know what I mean? There's multiple attempts. It was more attempts than just two. You know what I mean? And they were able to you know counteract or stop, prevent those things from happening. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people got stupid shit planned for whatever reason. You know what I mean? Whatever their theology is, whatever they, you know what I mean? Whatever their decree is or whatever, they just got dumb shit planned, and they don't care about my life, my children's life. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? My fellow Philadelphians' life, my fellow, you know, uh, United States citizens' life. You got people out here that just working out. You gotta have something in place to really monitor people. You know what I mean? You have to have a system in place. I mean, well, they already got it in place, and that's kind of why I don't understand how something like this can happen. You know what I mean? It's like if everything is monitored and everything is watched, right? Everything is under the view of the all-seeing eye, right? The government, the capital G, right? How does a citizen just out of nowhere cork out and is able to carry out such a fucking sick act? You know what I mean? If everything is watched, you know what I mean? If this guy went on Toro app because he used the Toro app, and that's another thing I noticed too. Because Toro, that's what you tell a bull, like a matador tell a bull, Toro, Toro, like, you know what I mean? That's like charge, you know what I mean? And that's what he fucking did in that car. He charged. That's what he did in that pickup truck. He charged into a fucking crowd of people. You know what I mean? The barricades right there. Why were the barricades plastic and flimsy instead of metal jones that's normally up there? See what I'm saying? Like it's a lot in play that we really don't understand or see. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. It's like I was watching something yesterday. The KRS-One was basically breaking something down to people, how you know thyself, how you talk to yourself internally, right? It's a voice there. But there's another voice there. Where does that voice come from? That voice that's not yours. You have to have enough mental fortitude to block that voice out from making you make rash, heinous, harsh decisions. You know what I mean? You have to be able to exercise that mental fortitude to not be used, to not be a puppet, not be manipulated. You know, I'm not going front. I'm not perfect. See, you see that from looking at the Instagram and all the bullshit that go on in my life. I'm damn sure not perfect. Nowhere far from it. But and on top of me not being perfect, my mental fortitude has been broken at times as well. There you go. It has been. Sometimes, you get people that's in your life and they're able to break that mental fortitude. You know what I mean? To break your, you know what I mean? They're able to get through there. You know what I mean? And it's like, man, some people just catch you with your guard down and they're able to get you. Once you're gotten the way that I've been gotten, you understand how important it is to exercise mental fortitude, to always know thyself. You know what I mean? Always know thyself, man. You have to. Otherwise, they'll have you throwing your life away like this guy did, running into a crowd of people, man. Horrifying. I heard the stories from the victims and shit like that. You know, I couldn't imagine being in a situation like that. I would never want to be in a situation like that. You know what I mean? My heart goes out to those people. My prayers and thoughts goes out to those people who dealt with that. You know, in New Orleans. My thoughts and prayers goes out to the people over there in Las Vegas too, who had to deal with the incident over there in at Trump at one of Trump Towers and everything. And this phone is about to conk out. Let me see if I can put it on the charger real quick. Yeah, man. But that's what it's about, man. It's you gotta know what you're doing. You gotta know what you're doing. You gotta follow your own train of thought. And make sure that it's your train of thought when you're following it. Make sure it's not some outside influence. Make sure it's not some outside, you know, force that's manipulating your mind in ways, that's manipulating you in ways that you don't even know. You know what I mean? I figured out a lot about this. You know what I mean? I'm 38. You know what I mean? I figured out a lot about this. You know what I mean? Trying to continue to just teach, grow, and build, man. Continue to teach, grow, and build. Continue to keep these podcasts going. I'm getting back in the flow of making new music. You know what I mean? That's been challenging. You know what I mean? And the situation I am, it's been challenging. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep that going. I'm gonna keep books going and everything, man. That's what it's about. In the midst of all that 2025 has in store for us, we have to continue to move forward. You know what I mean? In the midst of all that, you know what I mean? Whatever changes are happening, whatever laws are changing, whatever different things are happening in the world, you have to continue to move forward, man. You have to continue to build whatever it is you build and continue to do whatever job it is you're doing, whatever career you have to continue that. You know what I mean? If you're passionate about it. If not, it's time to make a change. If not, it's time to make a change in your life, man. I've been watching a lot of people, man. I just been keeping my ear to the streets, so to say. And what I'm noticing is a lot of people is just gravitating towards what they're passionate about. Same shit that I've been talking about the whole time. You know what I mean? And another thing I wanted to touch on is I appreciate the brothers like Dame Dash out there who's giving up constant game. You know what I mean? Who's giving up constant game, man. I watched this brother, he break down a few of his situations. He break down a few of his moves that he making. You know what I mean? And I look at that, I analyze it and try to pull little bits and pieces, little jewels out of it that I could extract to continue to work on my own, you know what I mean, legacy. You know, I love everything. I mean, his CEO, his clothing line CEO, right? Is fire. I seen it. I seen the shorts was 200. Something was 200. I'm like, listen, it's fire. I mean, it's probably great quality. It's probably worth the money. You know what I mean? I just can't wait to be in a position where I can afford, you know what I mean, what Dame Dash got to offer right there in the clothing department. But shout out to him, you know what I mean? Shout out to a lot of brothers. As far as music wise, I seen Toby. Toby Nwigwe. I always mess up his last name, but you know what I mean? Shout out to Toby, man. He been making some fire ass new music. Like I said, that's all I do. I soak up game from everybody I see on this joint. Just like they watch us, we watch them. We watch them more so than they watch us. So we think. I don't know. You know what I mean? As far as what I know is I don't know. They watch us a lot, whole hell of a lot. The more interesting you are, the more you get watched. The more interesting you are, the more the world watch you, and then you get on TV and do this and do that. But even when you're not that interested, even when you somebody is quiet and low key and shit like that, they watch you too. You just don't know it. They watch everything you do. They watch everything that's going on. I was listening to Kanye West, and that's what's been going on in my life lately. I've been getting a lot of messages and shit from people, like far as like different things that I'm watching and different things that I'm doing is popping up in other people's works. That's how I know that they watch what's going on out here. They may not, they might not be able to directly do something for you because they're not allowed to, or they'll be punished or whatever. But they watch, and if you listen, and if you look, and you feel, you'll see the messages that they passing to you. Because I'm pretty sure that just like they pass me messages on social media, through songs, through this, through that, they do the same thing to all y'all. Because I'm no different than y'all. I just figured out something different about my situation, about my atmosphere. I'm in tune with something different than a lot of people. Well, that I know. Like I don't know who's in tune with what. You never know who's in tune with what. Maybe I'm just led to maybe I'm just led to be believed that I'm the only one that's in tune with my atmosphere on this level. Maybe I'm just led to believe that. But as far as what I see, a lot of people is just like basically NPCs. A lot of people are either watching you, observers, or they're distractors, manipulators, and shit like that. You know, it's like an example I like to use is like Pac-Man. Once you know, once you know the way the ghosts move, you really can't lose at Pac-Man because you know that the pink ghost gonna stay and try to stalk you. The red ghost gonna chase you. The other ghosts they gonna try to come around the corner and do this and do that. The other one gonna go in a zigzag direction. Once you know the way the ghost's gonna go, you can't really lose at Pac-Man. And you're the Pac-Man. I'm the Pac-Man. So you running around eating these dots, and you got to clearly clear these levels. And the ghost is after you. You got to avoid the ghost. You know what I mean? Everybody is on there. You know what I mean? It's you got to continue to collect your dots. You got to continue to level up. Can't be distracted from your grind. I've been distracted so fucking much. Distracted so fucking much. And sometimes it's just the flesh. Sometimes it's just the flesh wanting what the flesh want or needing what the flesh need. And sometimes the wants are needs, and you don't know that they're needs, but you need it. You know what I mean? Certain things that you do, like you beat yourself up about, damn, I don't really need that. I just want it. No, some of those wants are really needs. If it's gonna make you feel better at the end of the day, if that if that want that you needed made you feel that much better at the end of the day, then you really did need it. You know what I mean? So, but try not to need too much. Try not to want too much and get distracted too much and just continue to create, continue to grind. Just definitely, it's definitely more in store for 2025, man. You know, I just hope everything that's in store for 2025 is good. You know what I mean? Because I hear Trump's cleaning fucking house. Far as what I hear, Trump's cleaning fucking house. I'm proud of the guy. I'm glad he won. Damn, I didn't even think about that aspect of that Las Vegas thing that happened because It had to suck for him. You know what I mean? To have one of his hotels hit like that. You know what I mean? With the fucking Cybertruck on top of that, Elon Musk got on news and made a statement about it and everything. That had to fucking suck for him. You know what I mean? So he's the fucking president, so he got a million fucking hotels and all that type of shit. So he cool. But at the same time, it's fucked up that happened to innocent people. You know what I mean? It's the thing, man. It's like I always say, even if something doesn't affect you directly, it still affects you because that's going to affect America in general in its entirety. You know what I mean? People trying to plant IEDs, and then Trump is, from what I hear, he's coming down on the FBI hard. On the FBI hard, Trump's coming down and he's opening up investigations on the FBI like a motherfucker. As far as what I seen and heard, because a lot of our Federal Bureau of Investigations either they don't do their job right or they misinformation on purpose to allow certain things to happen, to create a job for them to do or to do the job that they were meant to do. You know what I mean? If you're the Federal Bureau of Investigation, right? There's no way that a guy should be able to do something like that. And that's why look at my situation. I had all this shit happen in my life. I found out all about this shit. I went to the Department of Defense about my situation. You know what I mean? They emailed the letters to the FBI, who I was already in contact with, who who gave me no type of resolution, no type of justice, no type of help. You know what I mean? Maybe they did by monitoring me and things like that. See, a lot of people they don't feel comfortable when they follow. I don't feel comfortable when I'm followed by motherfuckers I don't know I'm being followed by. But if I'm being followed by the feds, hey, thank you, because you make me feel safe. You know what I mean? I sleep better at night knowing you're fucking lurking over my shoulder. Thank you. But at the same time, it's like when a person is being unjustly done, and they need the law, right? And you are the law, right? I should be able to supersede the police if I believe it's needed to be done so and go straight to the FBI, right? I should be able to say, all right, fuck the police at this point because this is above their pay grade, right? I should be able to go past them and go to the FBI. But when you call FBI, they say, hey, did you go to the police? Motherfucker, aren't you the police? Aren't you like the ultimate police out this motherfucker? Aren't you like the ultimate warrior of the fucking cops out here? Like, ain't you the number one head honcho out this bitch? Why do I gotta go to the cops when I'm coming to you? That's why I filed the federal tort claim letter and sent it to the Department of Defense. Because I got no help from the FBI. And I still need help. I'm still trying to get out of Philadelphia. I'm still in Philadelphia. In the light of my situation and my family situation and everything that we've been put through, all the traumatic situations that we've been put through. So you have to forgive me on past episodes where I was so passionate and speaking and so not saying or speaking so clearly about what it is I'm going through because man, none of you have ever been through this. None of you out there could ever fix your fucking lips, fix your funky fucking lips and say that you've been through what I've been through. None of you can. So you can all suck a huge hippo's cock if you judge me or criticize me in any type of way. I don't give a fuck. I'm the fight that I fight for is the right fight. I fight that fight for my grandmother, my mother, my children, my nieces, my nephews, my brother, my sisters, you, me, and everybody around this motherfucker who feel like they're being deceived or manipulated in a way, who feel like they're living in a dichotomy in a way, who feel like they're being ripped away from doing the things that they're meant to do because you want them to be batteries for your own empire, for your own business and organizations and things like that. And I respect the hustle. If you need to, if you can't find something to do for yourself, then go work for somebody. But if you got the brains and the willpower and the drive and the focus and the determination and discipline to chase your own thing. Shouldn't nobody stand in the way of that? Shouldn't nobody say, all right, you know what, we want to make sure this motherfucker don't get his own shit rolling and he got to keep working for somebody. And you put all types of hurdles and shit in his life. And you do this shit in ways that a lot of people don't really understand unless you pay attention. It's a craft. It's all crafted. They do it through your family. They do it through the legal system. They do it through the streets. They do it through your own personal desires and needs. They do it through your nature, just who you are genetically. It's something here for everybody, something to distract everybody. And it's just that. That's what I don't like. But all of that said, this is still the greatest country on earth because in other places they do way more heinous things. You know, they do way more heinous things than what happens here. You know what I mean? Things happen in other places that we can't even fathom. You know, and they're progressing. They're getting better with you know what I mean with their culture and their civilization and how they're becoming you know a, a peaceful a better society, a more peaceful society. You know what I mean? They're getting there, but it's a long way coming. It's been a long way coming for a long fucking time, and it's been getting better for a long time. But behind the veil of all that, it's been getting worse in a lot of different fucking ways. It's been getting worse. You know what I mean? In a lot of fucking ways, it's been getting worse. So it's all about your perception and how you perceive things. But even if you perceive it to be getting better, it's still getting worse. But we gonna look at it on the up and up. You know what I mean? We gonna make it the best. You know what I mean? This is why they got sayings that say, you know, you pray for the best or you prepare you hope for the best and you prepare for the worst. You know what I mean? And you don't only hope for the best. You make the best happen by doing the best that you could do, by showing the best in you, by constantly showing up every fucking day and bringing the best to whatever it is you're doing, to your podcast, to your music, to your books and things like that. Throughout whatever, you know what I mean? You might not have the best equipment. You might not have the best atmosphere. You might not have the best studio. You might not have the best person in your life to help you and push you through getting that done. You might not have that. You gotta have that in yourself, man. Gotta have that for yourself. You gotta have that in yourself, man. You gotta have that mentality. That's the mentality that I'm trying to, have my kids adapt. My children. I hate calling them kids because that's a baby goat. That's the type of mentality I want my children to adapt and understand that this life, man, this shit is way more than just a game or anything, that we can conceive. It's like 3D chess, man. It's like 3D chess. You gotta constantly elevate and constantly rise and pay attention. Wonder what's next though. You know what I mean? If you can, I got a couple questions I want to ask all my viewers. If you've been watching, if you watch this long into the podcast, into this episode, I got a question. What are your goals in 2025? What things do you want to accomplish in 2025? What are your goals in 2025? That's one. Question number two is, how do you plan on achieving those goals? How do you plan on achieving those goals? And the third question is, where do you see America by 2026? Where do you see us at in 2026? Whether what, where will our society be? Where will our economic system be? Where will we be as far as stabilization, bringing down the debt deficit? You know, doing away with all the evil shit that's going on. You know, where would we be at in 2026 as far as wars go? You know what I mean? Will we be on the brink of the fucking end of the world by 2026, or will we be a better off, more sustainable society by 2026? I just want to know y'all thoughts. 'Cause I'm always giving y'all my thoughts, and I try to keep it, you know, keep it right there. You know, I try to keep it right there, just keep it being my thoughts and not influenced by anything else, even though it's always influence. You know, I try to keep it as pure as possible, I want to say, right? But yeah, where do you see us by 2026? Because I mean, so far, 2 fucking days in the year, it's been a shit show so far. You know what I mean? Um, Hopefully we just able to stick together, man. As a society, as people, as human fucking beings, right? Right? Stick together. Let's stick the fuck together, man. Stop letting wickedness win. Stop letting wickedness win over each other, man. The hatred and the divisiveness must end amongst men in 2025. It must end. All the hatefulness, all the bullshit. I mean, look at what's going on. Everybody's getting caught up. Everybody's getting caught up. You can't get away with the scheme and shit. You can't get away. You can't get away with the schemes no more. They cracking down on people who's a part of secret societies and secret orders. You know Diddy is. You know Jay-Z is. You know these people at the top is connected to these higher orders. And they getting cracked down on. Why? Do they feel like their career is going to, jump, their stardom is going to jump because they're incarcerated, or do they feel safer in prison? Because something's about to happen in America. What are they preparing for? Why is people, going to prison like this? What is it? When you go to prison, do you initiate people or some shit? Is that where the initiation go down? For you to be in the Ooga Booga Society? For you to be a part of the Ooga Booga Society, you gotta get booked. Is that what it is? Ooga Booga. Now you win because you got booked. That's where you do the secret shit at. Fuck out of here, man. That's some clown shit. That's some clown shit for a person that had to for a person that had to be Saul in order to become Paul. When you already who you are, don't force me to be Saul. You know what I mean? And that's what happens a lot of time. We don't know it. Subconsciously, they program you to become Saul. You could be a Paul person, right? And you know who I'm talking about in the Bible, right? Saul and Paul, right? You could be Paul all your life, and they'll try to flip that switch and make you Saul. And that shit foul. They do it intentionally. So now what they do is once you Saul, if you Saul all your life, and then you find out all this shit, once you get in a jam and then you can't or whatever, they could secretly indoctrinate you, and then turn you to Paul, so they could use you and utilize you in different ways, like they already been doing in the first fucking place. It's a Ponzi scheme. It's a game, man. They do rituals and sacrifices on people that's still alive. You'll still be alive, walking around and getting rituals and sacrifices done on you that you don't even know about. The way you moving throughout the city is symbolism, even in that. Even in the way you move throughout the city, there's symbolism in that. So that's what you have to understand. You know what I mean? You have to be in control of your own destiny, your own will. You have to. You have to understand what's going on. And even if you're not, don't allow a person to take you down a path that's not conducive of your family, of your future, of your family's future, of any legacy that you're trying to leave behind. Yeah. Yeah, but Yeah, man, it's been interesting, so to say. To say the least, it's been interesting, so to say. You know, once I was blind, now I can see. Once I was blind, now I can see, right? Not my fault. I ain't fuck slow. I ain't slow, cuckoo, or crazy. Never have been, never will be. I'm just me. I'm just me at the end of the day. And I'm proud to be me, you know? Mm. That's all I can say, man. God damn. Saying for these motherfucking cheeses, the mixed joints, the mixed bag right there. Bop. And I'm just saying, for the shit that's in my mind. Shit that I understand, shit that's, you know, that's all you can say sometimes. Things that make you go, things that make you wonder, you know? Mm. Yeah, we gonna be cool. We gonna be all right. This shit gonna keep rolling. We're gonna keep moving. Just like that, you know? One thing about it, you can't change the past, but presently, you can strive for a greater future. You cannot change the past, but presently, you could always strive for a greater future. That's where we at with it. As the church bells ring, that's where we at with it, man. I appreciate y'all for joining me today. I appreciate you all for tuning in, listening to me ramble on and talk on my platform, on my podcast, God Concept. You know, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed the engagement. You know what I mean? The discourse between us that I feel but I can't see because I'm not there with you, person. But I feel it. You know what I mean? I feel the love. I feel it. Whether you tell it and tell me it's there or not, I feel it. Speaking of telling me it's there, like, share, and subscribe, man. Like, share, subscribe. You know what I mean? Tune in. Once again, I'm Mr. Pagan, and this is an episode of God Concepts Podcast. Peace.